coming. I can't even believe that we all pulled it off because it's a little daunting what we did. So in so many facets of Mike's life, we, yeah, he's going to get even with me, but that's okay, I can take it. I've said this more times than I know, but I couldn't have picked better friends for Mike. He's got so many different times in his life, and he's still got a lot of those people in his life, and I couldn't have handpicked better friends for him. And that's definitely evident tonight with all of you here. Thank you so, so much. I do have to let Mark V and Richie know that our affair is over. Please stop texting and emailing me. That was way funny. I'm going to say I can't believe he's 50 because he doesn't seem 50 to me. To think that the first time I met him, he was sleeping in my waterbed. Alone. Because I had other places to go, and he was an old man at the time. But it didn't stay that way for long. It wasn't the right time for me. It wasn't the right time for him. But eventually, we did get there. It took a while. A few visits. Yeah, Mark. Hello, Mark. Mark. Probably wasn't the right time for him either. So let's just put it that way. Can you imagine, like, if we got together in 1994, we'd have like a baseball team at this point. I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, Mark, send it home. But how lucky was I that I did meet you. You're the best person I know. You're the best dad to Alyssa, Michaela, and Lindsay. You spell that right? You're the best brother to, let me name them all, Tom, Matt, Mary Ellen, Justin, Sam, and Logan. A lot more in a and a lot more. We'll talk about that in a minute. You're the best business partner, 30 years. I mean, who does that? It's like a marriage, and what marriages last 30 years at this point? Send it home, Mike! Send it home! Send it home, Mike! You're a great co-worker to your firehouse buddies. I can't imagine life without them. They're a huge part of our lives, and I thank them every day for being there with you. You know how important that is to me that you're in 119. And, friends to all these people that are here. You're really a great friend, and you give 100% of who you are to them. My friend, my lover, my husband. I guess I could stop right there, but I won't. You haven't. I'm gonna try to say this. You've been there for me on the best days of my life and the worst day of my life, and to make me laugh. Almost just to be there with me and make me laugh on those days, and I thank you. I'm grateful, and I couldn't imagine life without you, so I'm going to try not to cry. I'm not done yet. I'm trying to see what I wrote, because I can't see it. Sit down. You break balls unmercifully. And for the 50 years years that you've been on this planet, you have been known as the golden boy. Yeah. And
Good bet! Pixie dust!
So, we in this room, we feel the time has come for a little fun at your expense. I'm sure a lot of people in this room have been waiting for an opportunity.
Mark Loftus! Mark Loftus! Step up, Mark Loftus!
To let out their thoughts, frustrations, about you in a safe environment. This is a safe environment right here. So, I have to sleep with you at night, so I'm not going to do all this, but I'm going to let them take care of it. And I hope you enjoy it, but maybe cringe just a tiny, tiny bit, because you deserve it at this point. You're 50. And again, I'm going to say you break our balls every day. I'm number one that he breaks the balls. So.
Mark Loftus! Mark Loftus!
But again, I'm not going to do that because I have to go home and I'm already scared. So at this point, I'm going to let the roasting of Mike Haberlack begin.
Mark Loftus! Mark Loftus! Mark Loftus! Take it easy, Mark Loftus!
You can get up here. So it's safe, guys. It's really safe. He doesn't think anyone has the balls right now to do it.
I got the balls.
Yeah!
You said all this nice stuff, and yeah. But I got to tell you, I met Mike in 1987 when I was a probationary firefighter in a 150 truck. He was slicing cold cuts.
Slicing cold cuts.
You never heard of the finger on the scale? We even did it to firemen back then. We met then, and then later on, not that shortly after, he had bought his landscaping business with his partner Mark, and they're cutting grass in front of my house. And I'm like, these freaking guys from the Deli and Key Food in Hollis, Queens are cutting grass. And of course, lunchtime was always in front of my house. 2 lounge chairs come out, they sit, they set up. And I'm up, we just call them Mama Lou's.
That's Mike Delina.
Me and Mike have been friends since 1987, and with Mark also. I'm going to tell you,
He had a
I was
mustache.
explaining to my girlfriend on the way here. I could call him 3 o'clock in the morning tonight. I got a problem. He's going to be there. We were business rivals. We had the same business. We worked on the same blocks. And yet, these guys were my best friends. I could never, ever count on anybody like I could count on these guys. Mike is one of the gems I've ever met in my entire life. I know he's supposed to... I know you're supposed to roast him, it's really hard to do. But let me tell you about him buying my lawn sprinkler business. Yeah, they paid me off, about 2 years later. So now I work for him. The guy knows nothing. He knows nothing about the sprinkler business whatsoever. How he's been running this business for the last 6 years, I have no idea. There's nothing in the truck I need. Oh, yeah, Mike, can you come do a plumbing job for us? I know I'm going to get fucked. Right? Every time he calls. We're using the same bit that I sold him in, 8 years ago. Same bit, the Drupal Foundation. Again, I'd love to sit up here and roast my friend, but I can't. He is salt of the earth. The guy's on 119, you know it. I don't have to tell you anything else. This guy is one of the best people you'll ever meet in your life, and I love him. Thank you. Come on, Loftus.
Mark Loftus! Mark Loftus! I've done everything here. Are you kidding me? I got no time.
I can't follow up with Mike there. Same as, I want to say ditto. I've known Mike for 50 years, right? I've been for 50 years. You guys want me to get up here and roast him? I can't. He's been a good friend of mine for a long time. This is what I can't do. Alright? He's a good dude. As we call him Peter Pan, he never gets old. He's going to be 18 for the rest of his life. We all look to him to be 18 for the rest of his life. And that's the way Mike is. So like Mike Delia said, it's very hard to roast a guy. He's been a good friend of mine for a long time. And that's it. So, happy birthday, Mike.
I'm roasting him all day! Are you kidding me?
I've always been in awe of him. He's only 15 months older, but to me, it's always seemed like he's known everything. I'm sure everybody here feels the same way. Nobody's more convinced that he knows everything than Mike, of course. But he is really smart. I don't know if you know this, but in 2nd grade he was pulled out of our school and put into a school for gifted kids. He really, true story. No, it wasn't special ed.
Look at the windows on the bus.
So he was in advanced placement classes in high school in AP history. Never went to class, never did an assignment. Walks into the test and gets a 4 on the test. Now I'm looking around and I can tell that probably most of you never took an AP test. But trust me, 4 is really good. It really is very good. So all through life, he's a year older than me, but he's better than me at everything. Finally, 7th grade, I joined the cross-country team. I'm decent at it. The coach goes out and pulls Mike in. I've never beaten Mike at any race. He's beaten me in every race since 7th grade, all through high school. I've just never been able to beat him. The skiing, he taught me how to ski. Tried to teach me how to snowboard, but he had to carry me down the mountain. And he did it without complaint. He was great. I will say, I don't know if this is going to be a popular complaint, but I do have one complaint. In 2004, my cat called me up. And she was just devastated. She calls me up, and at first she won't tell me what's going on, and then she whispers into the phone, "Mike voted for George Bush." I couldn't believe it either. So it's been like 11 years now. I'm almost over it. We're going to see what happens this year. We've got somebody, that might scar us just as much in November. We'll see what happens. But honestly, it's been 50 years for Mike, 49 for me. He's been my role model. He's a great brother. He's a great father. As Raquette said, he's a great husband. He's a phenomenal friend. And I hope he's a role model for me for the next 50 years. I love him.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I mean, I gotta do a freaking show, I gotta DJ, I gotta call people up there. This is crazy. I gotta get cardboard stand-up mic. I mean, how much more can I do, Mike? I'm exhausted. All right, listen, I'm gonna start at the beginning, Mike. You know what, the first day I worked in Key Food, I walked into Key Food, I saw you sitting on top of one of those U-boats, and I thought, wow, this is the fucking Buddha. I'm like, this guy is the all-knowing guy. And you know what? I was fucking right, because I went through my years, anytime I had a question, I came right to Mike. I was like, Mike, why is the sky blue? He'd explain the whole thing, and I'm like, wow, that's so right. Let me call you Answer Man. You are the Answer Man. So throughout my life, I gave all my trust to Mike. He was like, yeah, you're gonna learn how to ski. I didn't know how to ski. He's like, yeah, we're gonna go up here. It's this black thing. It's a cute little, diamond-looking thing. Don't worry about it. We can do this. No problem. Constantly. Fool me, I was Charlie Brown, he was Lucy, and he would send me down these double diamonds, and I'd be shitting on myself, and it made for a great relationship, I must say. So Mike sucked me into a lot of things. He taught me how to snowboard, he taught me a lot of things. We went camping, first time was with Mike as well, whitewater rafting with Mike.
A lot of firsts.
A lot of firsts. First double date was with Mike. I don't know if Mike remembers this, but we went to go see Raiders of the Lost Ark. We went on a double date, and if you guys watch the slideshow, you might even see the girl that he was with. She was wearing a silver dress, looking fine as can be. Myra. Sorry, she couldn't be here, Mike. I'm sorry. We tried. I did try.
No, we tried to get the dress.
Yeah. We tried to get the dress.
All we did was the dress.
The problem with you and me, Mike, is Google. Google destroyed you because now, every time I ask a question to you and you tell me the answer, I go to Google and it tells me something totally different. But I love you. I still love you. And I really forgive you for that one day that you threw the basketball in my face. I don't know if you guys all know that Mike is one of the most mellow, easygoing, even-tempered guys. Doesn't get angry too often. And he allowed my trash talking to get him one day so bad that he hit me in the face with the basketball. But I forgive you for that too, Mike. Listen, you know I love you, bro. You've been there for me all the way through, for everything, and you're my heart, man. Brothers, I expect firemen to step up here and really take this game up to another level.
What's up, old man? For you people that don't know me, my name's Mark and I work with Mike. Well, I work, and Mike's there. Mike is a great leader, as long as the couch is in the room.
I just got caught
This is where all the commands come from. I don't believe this. This is definitely colored in. This is unbelievable. Look at you. Hairy chest. Whole world ahead of you. So let me ask you a question, Mike. Now that you get half off every time you go to the movies, go to the mountain, what are you gonna do with the extra money, Mike? Everyone says Mike is a genius, and I would definitely agree because he reminds me of his test scores every time I work with him, how well he did in school. So why are you mowing lawns, man? So the last thing I'm gonna say is how much I love you. You really have been an inspiration, a great leader, and just a pleasure to work.
Good day. All right, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Susan Haberlack, one of Mike's favorite sister-in-laws. I'm the Korean one. The other one's Japanese. She's awesome too. Okay, I have known Mike since high school, junior year. Okay? He's been busting my balls since high school. He can bust balls about anything. When I got blonde streaks in my hair, Asians are allowed to have blonde hair. No, you know what Mike said? He goes, "You look like fresh off the boat. I'm going to call you Big Sister Pink." First of all, that's Chinese. I'm Korean. Did you forget? Seriously? Anyway. Other thing, I was prepared, but I left it home. So I'm trying to recall. Oh my God, there's so many things that I've known you for so long. Oh, and I'm so happy, Raquel, thank you for making this an 80s theme because it's very liberating. I never dressed like this. I'm very conservative. because I'm not sure we first met in gym class, but I knew him. And he said I had like unique attire, because I used to wear little shorts and a cut-off t-shirt. Hey, isn't that how everybody dresses, right, for gym class?
Yes.
Anyway, what else? Yes, those of you that snowboard with Mike, I just want to let you know, he always says he's the best one. And he's waiting at the bottom of the mountain. He could take a nap, shit, shower, and have a meal by the time everybody else catches up to him. Because he's the best snowboarder at all times. Oh my God, I think on my list. What else? And also, I guess Mike can't help the fact that he is the way that he is, because his initials are MF. Michael Francis, motherfucker. Did anybody know that? So then that's why you have to give him a pass and say, all right, his initials are MF, motherfucker. That's okay. What else? There was so many things, oh my God. Help me out. What was I gonna say? Jesus Christ. If I remember, I'm gonna come back and tell you the story. But Mike is the best brother-in-law. He's awesome. I've learned to give it back to him because that's all you can do. He just can't rule all the time. Oh, for those of you who watch TV shows, yes, he's quite the character. If anybody watches Shameless, yes. Mike is Lip. Lip. If you watch Walking Dead, Mike is Rick. He's the leader. It's always been Mike. I love him to death, and I'm very proud to be your sister-in-law. You're awesome. You're a wonderful wife, beautiful kids.
Okay. This is Mike Haberlack. I know this guy a long time. 30 years. So fucking long. I'm the Mexican casted in his life. But I'm not Mexican. That's what's fucked up. Now check this out. He got the landscaping business. I knew him before that. I was maybe 84, 83. Actually, I worked in Key Food also with these guys. Like I said, I was the Mexican type cast in his life. I was the guy who took the bottles in and gave 5 cents for every bottle people brought in. That was my job in Key Food. So then they said, hey, you can take a step up with buying this landscaping business. Remember you guys bought that shit? Well, they gave me a job. I was the first Latino on their crew there. It was me, Mark, and Mike. That was the crew. So I remember the first day I worked, I'm like, I'm gonna make some good money here. I'm 16 years old, 15. I'm gonna make some money, a summer job. I go to work, they buy me breakfast. We get some bacon and eggs over there at the Tudor Deli. Remember that shit? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna eat breakfast, orange juice. I'm like, I'm living. Well, we sit in the truck, we're eating breakfast. It's nice and sunny outside, but we're listening to 1010. You remember how that shit went? Hold on, every 10 minutes they tell you the weather. So you listen to the weather. Did they say it might rain today? Well, let's go at the house. Let's go back to the house and see what's gonna rain. Listen to 10-10 winds. Another hour goes by. Listen to 10 times to the winds, to the weather. Next thing you know, we're fucking laying on the couch. Are we gonna go to work? No, hold on. Let's listen to the weather again. I'm not lying. They only had like one couch and a fucking lawn chair in the living room. So I'm sitting on the floor because these guys got to get the good seats. So y'all remember that shit? Then my brother Mark would come around and shit. He's off that day or something. We only had maybe 12 houses to cut when they first started. One house was across the street. We couldn't make it across the street. Mark came home, and this guy, Mike, like you said, he knows everything. He invented a game. It was like fucking inside volleyball, some shit. You can bounce it off the walls. Just don't let it hit the floor. Whoever lets it hit the floor, you're out for that. So we spent hours playing that shit. We fucking work. I'm still getting paid, right? I'm 15 years old. No, you're getting paid. No, we're gonna go out. We're gonna do these houses. Well, it's lunchtime now. Back at the Tudor Deli. What was my shit? Huh? Roast beef, Swiss cheese, tomatoes, lettuce, little mayonnaise, salt, pepper. Will we eat that? Soda? Let's go eat at the house. We're gonna get gas for the fucking lawnmowers. No, we keep the truck by the gas station. Don't worry, we're gonna fucking load it. All right. Eat the sandwich. How about before we go out? How about a round of that inside volleyball shit? Don't let it hit the floor. Don't fuck you out. You're gonna be fucking out. Well, days for like. Then when it fucking really did rain, we'd be like, oh shit. We're not working today, but you still get paid. All right, great. Finally, when we go out, because we only had like 12 houses, so it'd be like 4 days no work. One day we work, get the 12 houses out the way, we're good. And then same thing next day. Well, that was Mike. That was Mike. He was the best boss I ever had. Motherfucker, Mike. Haberlack. So anyway, we grew up. Like I say, one of the best guys I know. I met him through my brother going through Key Food. I got a lot of wisdom from him. He's seen me through all my phases growing up as a wildcat. And now I'm a civil service like everybody else here. You know what I'm saying? BDP. So, anyway, what I like to say is that you are definitely a part of my life that I'll never forget. We always see each other every now and then. Now that we got families, but we all know each other from when we were kids, man. And I love you to death. But I had to share that story because he mentioned the landscaping, and I said, oh shit, I remember that shit. That was the fucking days. I think it was like $80 or something, but I was rich. I was rich at the end of the week. Oh, it was easy to say $80. The best. And Mark Loftus ain't no fuck. He can't hide. He was part of that shit. He's over here somewhere. That big motherfucker. So anyway, I love this guy, Mike. I'm glad to be able to make it because you know how it is. And I love you, man.
As you think. I have to say I've spent 33 years in civil service and it's very, very clear in the wrong business. Mike is the kid who made me an aunt. I was 6 when he was born, and the only thing I had any responsibility for prior to that was a turtle named Bubba. So Mike and his parents were living in my parents' house. And I was supposed to watch him in the living room, and he was laid out on a blanket, and I literally sat there watching him when he moved. And he started to crawl, and I screamed because Budrow didn't crawl. So I screamed, and the whole family came in and watched Mike crawl for the very first time. And we call him Mick, by the way. He's Mickey. So Mike and Mickey is, we move about, however, depending on what crowd we're in. First, I want to say thank you to Christopher from Sopranos for showing up for the party, because there is absolutely no way on earth that is my nephew. He doesn't have the color hair. About this much is him, and my daughters have noticed is about 5 inches on him taller than sitting in that stature. So Mike, of course, the first of 28 cousins. He's 50, Kristen is 17, so there's a 33 age year disparity, which is pretty freaking cool, you know, for us. The Habs we call them the Habs. The Habs traveled in mass. When I used to pick them up, I would pick them up and bring them to family parties, and there were 4. But when they got wheels of their own, there were like 34. And they would show up at family parties in groups. And I remember at one family party in Patchogue, Mike telling his friends, don't make contact with my aunts, don't look at my aunts, they'll slit your throat for a laugh. There was a point at which he took some underage cousins on a ski trip.
This was Tommy's fault.
He can blame whoever he wants, he was the adult. And we were fooling around about don't break a leg, but one of them broke a femur. And had to be airlifted out of that, for which we will forever blame Mike. And one of my, my husband tonight, we were talking before we came, and he was saying, I can't believe I'm 58 and Mike's 50. It has seemed such a different disparity forever. And I said to him, oh, I remember being of Irish culture, Mike's half Irish, being able to grow a better mustache than this kid ever could. I adore Mike, I love Mike, I love Mike's brothers, I love Mike's sister, and just sisters. And just so you know, from our McGinnis perspective, we absolutely adore Mike Haberlack.
Some of you may know me, I'm Mike's younger brother, not Logan. We've shared a lot of things in life, girlfriends included. I don't know about that one. Pictures can definitely make me think that something was going on. No, that's fine. I don't really have anything bad to say about my younger brother, my older brother. But whenever he really needs somebody to go to, he comes to me. So if any of you guys out there need some help, he gets his knowledge from me. He's taken care of me all his life. He's always watched out for me, and I'm sure he watches out for you guys and everybody in this room. He's just a great guy. I'm sorry, Rockette. I can't roast the dude.
Mike's partner's wife, there's really not much I can do to roast you. I really can't. Although you know that I would love to. But I just can't. But one of the most one of the best things I have to say is, like I said earlier, is I've been so blessed to have you all as my friends. But as everybody knows about Mike, everything is great, everything is wonderful, everything is just wonderful and filled with sparkles. But if there was one Disney character that I could really take an Uzi to, it would be Peter Pan. So one day I will get you. One day I will.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
I'm Michael's stepmom, aka Mom. So I met Michael, and then he says to me, I have 4 kids. And then he tells me he has a mistake. And then my mother was going to have me committed, but then I met Nicky. Now, it's very hard to roast him. He's a great, great, wonderful guy. A couple things I do remember. Michael slept on the front porch. He says I put him there, but I didn't. And when my Volkswagen went to work, he always said, I'll drive you to work, don't worry. So this was my day. I'd get up, it'd be freezing out. He'd be sleeping in a snowsuit. I go, okay, Mike, let's go. No, I never called him Mike. Okay, Mickey, let's go. He'd jump up, his eyes still be closed, he'd run out to the car, and I'd be to work in 3 minutes. By the time I got there, my hair was all over the place. I'd be like shaking like a leaf. Another thing I remember, because we used to play pranks with each other all the time. He borrowed my Volkswagen, and he went to the movies on the date. So Mike and I went up to the same place, and I see my Volkswagen, and I just happened to have a spare set of keys. So we moved the car, and we're sitting down in the other car, and all you see Michael coming out of the movie is like, and then he stops. He's like, oh my God, it's my mother's car. And then I popped up, and he was like, oh my God, I'm gonna kill him. No, he's a great guy. He's always been there. I could have been blessed. You know, I was told I could never have kids, and then I had be able to share the lives of Mickey and Tommy, Mary Ellen and Matthew, and they're just, I love them to death. I do. They're the best thing that has ever happened to me. And in our 42, we had Logan. And he is another. See, Logan doesn't want to come up here. He doesn't want to embarrass Mickey because he's just a little bit taller. And he doesn't want to have to hurt his feelings. No. I love you.
Everyone's saying that they can't roast Mickey. I don't know why. They roast him to hell. We're not up here. They all have something to say about him. Not always good. You know, it's like, you know, it wasn't, what was it? It was called, you were called Golden Child or Daddy Mouth. Because he told everybody what to do when I wasn't there, which was quite often. He was the one who signed my name on all the kids' delinquents. Yeah! Everything else, you know, it was just, but it was basically, he wasn't doing anything wrong because he was signing Mike Haberlack. That's who he is. That was his rationale. You know, he kept a lot of things together when things were going crazy. And time goes on, and it was just like, he was the one I would go to, and he would tell me, oh, everything's okay. Yeah, she got in this night. You know, he'd say, what night? This last night. You know, like, he was the one who covered for his brothers and sisters. And I went along with it, and it helped me out. But then, you know, he decided he was going to go to Roger Green Academy. And so I said, yeah, I'll pay for the first year. He was going to get a scholarship. So he decided it was a year of learning how to drink more and better. And I didn't know this, he says. But he was the only freshman in school with a car. And so he was playing both sides of the fence his whole life. I love what Mark said about Google, because I think he picked it up from the family, but he'll say something and you'll believe it. It doesn't matter if it's gibberish or anything else, but he's got a very good way about it, and I'm proud of that, because that's how I got through life too. It's everything, and he had a lot of long distance relationships, which he said, this works, Dad. And I don't want to say anything, but he lived in New York and his present wife lived in Florida. So I think that was a long distance relationship, right? So 38 years old, I thought he was going to get away, and he didn't. He got married to a really nice young lady. And 30-something? You can't trust my memory. Just ask anybody. He's just, he's a great kid. I don't know how he got to be 50 years old. He couldn't be mine. He basically doing my senior project. But I hit the jackpot, the lottery, anything you want to call it, with all of my kids. And Mike was the first. His birthday is Valentine's Day, so he's just full of love and happiness.